So we're out here for the weekend. We're going to be hiking the Florida Trail in Ocala National Forest, and we'll be hiking from Clearwater Lake Recreation Area to Juniper Springs. All right, we're out here starting the Florida Trail, and we're starting Clearwater Lake Recreation Area, hiking over the next 2.5 days to Juniper Springs. Beautiful weather for this weekend.
Gorgeous.
70 degrees during the day, low 40s at night. Should be a great hike. What do you think so far, honey?
It's been 3 minutes, so great.
Ocala National Forest is 387,000 acres. That comes out to 673 square miles. It is the southernmost forest in the continental United States and protects the world's largest contiguous sandpine scrub forest. It is also the oldest national forest in Florida. Starting northbound, the Ocala section of the Florida Trail goes from Clearwater Lake Trailhead, spanning 72.1 miles and ending at Buckman Lock. It's interesting that at the trailhead, and we've been on trail for a little over a mile, it said Alexander Springs was 10 miles. This sign a little over a mile in says it's 11 miles. So I guess we'll see when we get there. At 2.85 miles in, come to FR 69, that would stand for Forest Road 69. And you would think you would just go straight across, but you gotta look for the orange blazes right over here to the left. Across the road, and trail picks up over here. This section through here, a lot of kind of narrow area. Palmettos and a lot of pine trees that are dead in here. I don't know if that's from lightning or prescribed burns at one time, or but yeah, a lot of dead standing pine.
And cacti.
And cacti. There's cacti.
And peyote?
No peyote. Narrow and scrubby. Great place to pick up ticks. I don't like ticks. You like ticks, honey?
I love them. I had a tick on my nipple once. Remember? And
Really?
Todd told me to go to sleep, and he would take it off in the morning.
Exactly 4 miles in on the trail, we've come to this pond, and seems my phone is completely taken a dump. So we have no navigation with our app to tell you what this pond is. I'll put it on the screen afterwards. But I assume you could probably get down here and use this for a water source if you needed to. Like I said, this is exactly 4 miles in from where we started. This is pretty. It's just got nice and wooded and shady for a bit. Alright, at 4.91 miles, we just came out off the trail there. Comes out into this area here by the power lines. Everybody talks about the power lines. Here they are. And the trail continues on over here off to the right. I was joking with Elise about the water source over here by the power lines, which is from all the heavy rain we've had the past couple days, so I would assume that's not normally there. No.
Unless they put power lines in lakes.
Yeah. We are 5.64 miles in. Just to stop for some lunch back there, and then after we just left for a little lunch spot, we got this little rickety wood bridge here over a little stream. Once again, I guess we could use this as a water source if you needed it. Seems like it's flowing pretty good.
Muddy.
Got some little fishes in there, but just make sure to filter those out. It's a pretty little section we're going through right now with these little scrubby oaks that kind of make a little canopy over the trail here. Kind of makes a neat little tunnel. beautiful through here with all these nice green ferns. The way the sunlight's coming through.
Shade.
And shade, more shade.
Oh, hallelujah. Oh, look, a little boardwalk.
And a little boardwalk bridge up here. Right here at about 6¼ miles. This is neat. Oh wow, looks like it goes for a little ways here. This is super cool. Did I already say that? Super cool. Just saw the little raccoon prints. Look like little hands. Many of these little boardwalk bridges back in this section. This one's particularly cool with all the nice green fern growing over it. This is a very peaceful, nice shaded section through here. Such a change from the open pine and palm scrub area we were in for the first few miles. Florida Green Tunnel. About 10½ miles in, and we're at the Alexander Springs Blue Trail Junction. It's ½ mile into Alexander Springs. We're going to go in there and check out the springs and probably get our feet in the water if nothing else. Hang out for a little bit. There's supposed to be a campsite right here on the connector trail short ways in. That's really nice, so we're going to see if we can get that tonight and just call it about 11 miles or so a day, and then get a bunch more miles in tomorrow. So all right, well, we'll see you up at the springs. That's it, huh?
That is the mother lode of camp spots.
Okay, we are at 11 miles almost to Alexander Springs, and we found the Primo Campsite. We found a couple little small ones that were kind of lumpy, but this is, wow, look at this fire area, room
They
for
even put little stools for us.
yeah, little stools.
This is going to be my birthday dinner night.
Dinner night place. Yep. So this is you could set up quite a few tents in here.
This is
Hammocks. You could do all kinds of camping in here. So awesome. So there it is, guys. Yeah, right before Alexander Springs on the spur trail. Just a little ways from that campsite. You pop out here to Alexander Springs Recreation Area, and you just got to cross this road right here. And I think we got to pay a day fee to come in here. We'll see what it is and let you guys know. I came into Alexander Springs. It was $17 and change with tax for the two of us to get in, and so we're just in here hanging out.
Oh, I'm saying happy birthday to my grandson, who shares my birthday.
Well, that's cool, isn't it?
Today. Yes. He was born on my such and such birthday.
And your such and such birthday, yeah. It's
50th.
so pretty neat. Come check it out if you're hiking through and want a nice stop. We could have filled up our water in the bathroom, but we chose to filter this nice, clean, cold spring water. Tastes pretty yummy. Yeah, we filtered enough water to take to camp. We'll have plenty for tonight's dinner, tomorrow's breakfast, coffee, all that stuff. Enough to get on the trail with. We filtered, filled up 2 1-liters, our 2 700 mils, and I filled up the whole 3-liter knock bag. So we should have plenty till the next water source out in the trail tomorrow. Okay, so we've got camp set up back at the big campsite. We showed you. We set up way at the far end. We're going to eat down over there. You got to get the bear bag hung a minute. We're not going to do a fire tonight. I don't want to mess with all that. I think we'll eat and go to bed pretty early here tonight. So, but yeah, home sweet home for the night, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Got breakfast, coffee, broke down camp. We're getting in here super late, as we always do.
Gravy,
oh, yeah.
baby.
It's awesome. But it is 9:45, so we are late as usual getting back on the trail. All right, so we are back on the trail this morning, off the connector and on the main trail. That campsite we stayed at, which was actually right off the main road that you cross to go into Alexander Springs. So there was a little bit of traffic noise. There were some people parked on the side of the road this morning. making a hooting and hollering and making some noise, but no big deal. I mean, I don't think I'd worry about people walking back into that area. It was definitely an awesome, nice, big, really well set up camp area. So it was worth a little bit of noise this morning. It didn't last long.
Kept the bears away too.
Yeah, kept the bears away. So we're planning on hiking about 8.5 miles up to Farrell's Prairie Lake to take lunch today, and we're going to try to get 13-14 miles today, so we don't have a whole lot of miles to do Sunday morning, because we want to spend some time at Juniper before we take a 2-hour drive home. So all right, well, we'll see what's down here, if anything notable, and let you guys know on the way. So haven't seen a bear yet, haven't even seen any bear prints or bear scat, but we are taking a lunch, like I said, in Farrell's Prairie area, which is supposed to be a high concentration of bear in that area. So we may or may not see one there at lunchtime, or if we camp near that area, well, actually we won't be camping near that area, but if we're camping further away from a main road, we may see one or hear one tonight. It did sound like there was a big raccoon that came into camp last night, kind of sniffing around, but he didn't stay there too long. Not really worried about that. We had our food hung well and all the rest of the stuff in our tent, that wasn't smellable, so wasn't worried about anybody chewing on anything. So we just crossed over 445, and apparently they just very recently had a controlled burn in the area. We actually saw an old sign that was soaking wet laying in the dirt, and
this was closed.
Yeah, this was closed for a while, which, geez, if you were on the Florida Trail hiking from the beginning and hit a trail closed for prescribed burn, then what do you do? Then you've got to figure out a way to route yourself around it or wait it out, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, this was pretty recent. I would say this was right within the last week or so, before the heavy rains we got a couple days ago. Something I'm not sure you'll see anywhere else but here in Florida on the trails is all this deer moss.
It's Florida snow.
Florida snow, something like that, I don't know. But it is, it's everywhere in this trail. It's all over the place. It's type of lichen. Yeah, we're liking it. It's cool stuff. This section, the last 3.5 miles or so from Alexander Springs headed north, I can say one thing, it's a very pretty trail. Very green, enclosed, most of it except for that prescribed burn area, but there has been a lot of major road traffic noise the entire time, so not a particularly peaceful and quiet section of this trail. Yeah, this is 19, and this is a busy, noisy road. There's nobody coming at the moment, so make our way across here. See a blaze right over here to my right. Okay, so I just found out this State Road 19 little parking lot trailhead area is called the Pine Castle Closure Area, and this is actually a training area near here for the U.S. Navy. As you can see, it's open right now, but it says sometimes they do conduct air-to-ground training at the range, and sometimes this area is actually closed. So that's rather interesting. I'm glad it's open and they're not dropping bombs on us right now.
Yeah, that's helpful.
That's helpful to know, huh?
Yeah. So I believe that's Farrell's Prairie Lake.
Farrell's Prairie Lake, yeah. We are there.
No, we're not. We're there.
We're here. We're actually only about a quarter of a mile, a little past 19, and pretty quiet.
Don't hear any bombs.
Don't hear any bombs going off. We are headed towards skirting around the area of the MOA, military operational area. That's not active at the moment, but yeah, I'm not hearing any road noise anymore, which is wonderful. We're actually hearing just the wildlife and the birds, and so yeah, we definitely heard that road for some reason coming the other direction for quite some time. But it's gotten very quiet and peaceful back here again, which is absolutely awesome. We're about 4 3/4 miles from Alexander at this little spot on the map that calls it a prairie view. I guess this is just a small prairie area. We're actually looking towards the military operations area per se that they have out here. I'm kind of walking the edge of it up until we hit 40 and we'll be out of that area, but real pretty back here. So in at 5 1/4 miles from Alexander is Dora Pond. It's a nice area. We're right at 5 3/4, close to 6 miles from Alexander. There's the turnoff for Buck Lake, the little Blue Blaze Trail that goes to the group campground. It looks like it's a little hike in, and the lake actually follows along the trail here too, so we should be able to see it off to the right here shortly. We're about half a mile from Forest Prairie Lake. We've already gone about 8 miles. And gotta stop for some lunch and see if we can get some nice shots of Forest Prairie in the area. We're at Forest Prairie, and if you look off this way, it's got some picnic tables. This is a day use area where you can park here in the parking lot. Now across the street is where the old campground used to be that's now closed to the public. But there's still some picnic tables over here for use. There is actually an operational bathhouse right here. There is a old water pitcher pump here, but somebody removed the handle from it, so it is no longer usable. Unfortunate. But I assume, again, if you need water, you can filter it from the large lake or pond, whatever this is. Forest Prairie Pond is Forest Prairie Pond, right?
Forest Lake.
Forest Lake. Okay.
Forest Prairie.
Yeah, it's Forest Lake, so you could filter water there if need be. Beautiful today. Beautiful day today. A little windy. But yeah, this is the beginning of the Forest Lake area. Yeah, this is our view for lunch. Not bad if I say so myself. Back on the trail coming around the far side of Forest Lake. It is super windy. I don't know how well the audio is going to be. I do have my wind muff on, but it's a little sketchy here with all these tall, brittle, and dead pine trees around, and hearing branches and trees falling all over today. You know, a little pretty spot about 10 miles in from Alexander Springs going north here. I think we may stop. This is listed as a water source and far out. Not sure where the access to it is, but may try to get some water here because there's not a whole lot of other water sources marked on the map between here and Juniper. So there's apparently another second pond right here that you can see from the first one. There's another one over here, and I think maybe this is where they have the water source marked, because I didn't see any trail or way to get down to that first one very safely. So if you're hiking this section that we're doing, Clearwater Lake to Juniper or Alexander Springs to Juniper, when you get to the Forest Lake recreation area, best you camel up and filter all your water you need there to carry north. Everything we've come across besides that in these over 11 miles has been either inaccessible or just really nasty. So we're hoping to find something here in the next 2 to 4 miles, or we're going to be without water for dinner and stuff tonight. We don't have much water left. So next thing we can find that's accessible, I'm going to filter it. I mean, that's what a filter's for. So we should have probably gotten it at Forest Lake or one of the earlier ponds we passed. Like I said, the access was just a little sketchy to try to get to it. But in hindsight, probably should have. So I'll let you know what we find up ahead here. All right, so we still haven't found usable water yet, even though there was another big pond down there. Tried to walk out to it to get water. Got up to my ankles in mud basically, and was unscoopable. It was so full of grass and dirt. But there is a nice little random camping spot right here. Yeah, so we're at about 12.3 miles from Alexander, and nice big flat grassy area here with a little fire pit near the lake that you can't get water out of. It's just so... We are...
water in the lake. It's a huge lake.
We should have gotten water at Farrell's Lake when we stopped for lunch. That would have been the perfect spot. We should have cameled up, filled up all of our stuff, but hey, live and learn. We're not the premier experts. We're learning along with everybody else, and we make mistakes. So we are pushing on, and we'll see where we go. It's a very pretty section back here that we're currently in. If we can only find water.
Freaking water!
I'm gonna be honest with you. We made the same mistake. If you've watched our channel for a while, if you go back and watch our Savage Gulf video, when I had to climb down in between some rocks in a cave to get water, because we passed up a very good viable water source that I skipped, thinking there'd be plenty of water, and there was a lot of the creeks that had dried up, and we were out of water for several hours and had to go take a sketchy hike and climb down between some rocks in a cave to get water that night. So you think lesson learned, but apparently not. There was probably accessibility at one of the small ponds shortly past there. We thought we would find better. We have not, so we're hoping to find some, and if not, we may be forced to hike all the way into Juniper Springs tonight. So a good possibility of night hiking. Yay!
I like night hiking.
Okay, well, yep, so we'll see. Yeah, we didn't want to have to hike that far into Juniper tonight. That's actually where we're ending our hike tomorrow. But we're down to about half a liter or less of water between the two of us, which is not enough to go into camp tonight and be able to eat dinner, or have enough water to drink. So if we don't find any water sources between where we're at and Juniper, that's apparently we're going to be ending in Juniper tonight. And at that point, have to decide if we want to go past Juniper, depending on what time we get there, and get water and camp a little further up the trail and maybe hike back to Juniper Sunday morning. So everything's kind of up in the air at the moment. Live and learn. And that's what all this is about. Glad you guys are on this journey with us. And that's just what happens sometimes. We all have our experiences. We're not going to die out here because of it. I mean, we're more than capable of making it to Juniper if we can't find water before then. A little bit of a bummer, possibly. Don't really want to cut our hike short. Wanted to have 2 nights out on the trail. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned with us and see how this journey ends. Hey, Bear.
Hey, Bear. Okay.
We are across 40 and entering into Juniper Prairie Wilderness. You say we're about 1.5 miles from Juniper Springs now, and hoping to make it there before dark. How you feeling, babe?
Tired.
We just finally got some water up here at the ranger station, check-in station, whatever it is here at Juniper Springs Recreation Area. We are beat. We did our 2.5 day hike in 2 days. We weren't planning on doing that. Learn from our mistakes, but we made it. All right, well, change of plans. Babe, what are we doing?
Gonna go find somewhere to camp.
We're gonna go find somewhere to camp.
You can't see me, I have my headlamp on.
The closest campsite on the app says 2.5 more miles in. So we're going to be doing possibly 2.5 miles. Hopefully we will find a place to camp before then, so we can get back here in the morning and enjoy the springs as we originally planned. We walked a short ways in the trail.
2 minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes or so in on the trail, and found, actually Elise spotted the little trail over and took a look and lo and behold, it's a campsite. A little, tell people have had fires here. There's plenty of space for some tents.
You got to hang that bag.
I think we're going to call it. We can get up early and hit the springs. Yay, we didn't have to hike miles and miles in and not find a campsite. So I'm happy. We'll see you guys.